when people do trap bar deadlifts, they find that the weight is really, really low. So what happens is, because you're picking the bar up off the floor, because this bar on its own is quite heavy, it's normally about 30 kilo, you'll find that you've got to really bend your back to pick it up. And a lot of people will just round their back like this, which is not what you want, because obviously picking it up like this, you'll slip a disc. So what do we do about this? Number one, if you are doing it and you've got no other choice, you've got to make sure your back is dead flat. You're pulling your shoulders back, and then you're pushing with your legs to lift up. That's number one. Number two, you can add on weights. These weights are 5 kilo. They're thin, black ones, called bumper plates. Some gyms don't have them, which you might struggle if you don't have them, because the next weight up is a 10 kilo bumper plate. And what a bumper plate means is you can pretty much drop them. They're rubber or plastic, and they're quite wide. You don't want to get a small weight like this, because you won't be that high off the floor. So again, with this, now you're starting in a higher position. You'll have a much more range of motion. So you don't have to start down here. You can start in a normal position and lift. Some people will find that this form, because their form is so good, or they're not very tall, or they've got a lot of mobility, that they kind of feel like they're doing a half rep. They feel like there's not that much, they haven't got much to come down before they go, right, I'm coming back up again. So what you might want to do is take the bar and flip it over. What's happening here is you're starting on a lower level, and this is the same as what you would start if you were doing a normal deadlift with a barbell, straight bar. So again, you're starting in a lower position. You can see from my back, lifting up, and it's much lower to the floor if you've got a lot of mobility. Obviously, if you haven't got 5 kilo weights, you're going to have to use 10s, but you're going to have to drop the rep range right down. I would prefer you to take the weight off, just use the bar, but once you pick it up off the floor, don't come all the way down to the floor. So if we strip these off, go back to our original form, just make sure once that first rep's up, you're not coming all the way down. You're coming to just below your shin, here and up. That way you can do it with no weight. You just have to be careful on the first rep and the last rep. Hope that helps.